Assalamu alaikum. So in this video I'm really excited about sharing something that's not been done yet on YouTube, which is a tag video that is related to hijabis. On YouTube at the moment there are several tag videos going on. I think there's an imperfections tag and my makeup story tag, which is basically where people answer a series of questions that talk about that particular subject. I decided to start the first my hijab story tag, which is basically 11 questions that you get to answer, which will tell us how you got into wearing the hijab. I start answering the questions. I will also put the questions down in the description box and let you know at the end who I tag. Okay, so let's begin. The first question is, how old were you when you started wearing the hijab? I was 16. What or who influenced you to become a hijabi? I think the people around me influenced me. Mostly some of the girls started wearing the hijab and got me interested. So I spoke to a couple of girls and they told me what inspired them, and I decided to follow in their footsteps. Question number 3. How has hijab changed your life? I find this question rather difficult to answer because I don't really remember what my life was before I became a hijabi. I tend to be very forgetful and I can't really remember, and ever since I became a hijabi, that's all I've ever known. So I don't think there's one thing that I can tell you that made a big difference in my life due to me becoming a hijabi. What does hijab mean to you? Hijab has become part of who I am. I cannot see myself without it. It's a commitment I'm making to myself for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's something that I'm very proud of. Question number 5. How do you deal with the rude comments, stares you get during to being a hijabi? I don't get these comments because I'm fortunate enough to live in the Middle East at the moment, and although I'm going to Malaysia for a period of 4 years, we are going to a Muslim country, so I doubt that there'll be any negativity there. However, I was in Australia for 2 years, and I must say I didn't get any negative comments except for one, and I think the guy who did say that comment, we were actually crossing the road and I think he was drunk and he just said something which was, it was really rude and mean. And I think the way to react to it is just let it go in one ear and out the other, because clearly that person doesn't know who you are and doesn't know how beautiful our religion is. Number 6, what is your favorite thing about wearing the hijab? Probably that I can be identified as a Muslim. Question number 7, what is your hijab must-have tool? Apart from the scarf, safety pin. It can be used as a standard pin, those straight hijab pins, or a safety pin. So 2 in 1. What advice could you give a new hijabi? This is a beautiful commitment you're going to do. It is something that Allah has asked of you and hopefully will make you a better Muslim. Now please don't take that and turn it, and I'm not saying that those who are not covering their hair aren't good people or good Muslims. This is a personal choice that one takes, and it is a commitment, I think, or it should be for life. It's not something that you wear today and then something comes up and you take it off just for that occasion. Advice would be just take it easy. When I started covering up, I didn't do it overnight. It's not like I woke up one morning and said, okay, I'm gonna be a hijabi and this is it. I took it step by step. I start covering up half, and we'll take it off one day, put it on again. But this was just the beginning. Once I was fully covered and I ask Allah in my prayers, please help me make this commitment. I really want to do this. And I've heard so many stories of girls trying to become hijabis, and they just wake up one morning and think, okay, I'm not going to take the hijab off, and then 2-3 months down the line you see her without the hijab and says, oh, it was just too hard. It is something difficult. Becoming a hijabi is something not easy. because it's life-changing, as I said, which is why you have to take it in gradually. Now, please, again, don't get me wrong, say, oh, Maya said it's okay. I'm just talking about my experience and what helped me become who I am and accept the hijab into my life. So start slowly and ask Allah to help you become a fully covered muhajjaba. Play around with different styles, see what works for you, and take it on from there. Question number 9. What is one trend you never understood? Okay, that's an easy one. The hump. I never got the hump. Why we need something protruding out of, on top of our head? I mean, that's absurd. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever understand that. Question number 10. What do you think about the hijab community on YouTube? I love it. I love all the hijabi gurus. I think they are an inspiration to us all, which is why I decided to put in my 2 cents and share what I know, which is not much, but I try and work with it. And I really hope that in YouTube we can come together as hijabis, as Muslims, and make a presence online. And let me just take a minute here to thank all my subscribers. And the last question is, what is one question you get asked the most because you're a hijabi? To me, that would be, are you hot under your scarf? And I get these questions from tourists or expatriates who come here and who see me, and then they just have to ask because they are not wearing it and they are hot and they can imagine how hot I am. The answer is, I'm not hot. It's because I'm used to this and I change my hijab according to the climate outside. So if it's hot outside, I'd wear a lighter scarf, and if it's cold outside, then I'd use a thicker scarf. I'd wear underscarves underneath to keep me warm. So basically, that's what I do. So there were my questions answered. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've been inspired.